Good morning. At least it's morning here in Finland, and we're back from London, touring Germany and a little bit of France and Netherlands in the kind of mix of it. And interestingly, our absolutely scientific method of, uh, you know, having everybody's API fortune or fate read in London produced some interesting results. So I'll just show you what we did and how it worked and what people were responding to it and kind of how you can figure out if this is something that would actually work for you in your company in identifying things to fix in your API programs or API related programs and some of the things that you can do to improve it. So let's kind of switch to the game table here. So I have here our guide on how to read the dice that I'm going to show you here. And then we have some of the equipment to fix the things that you might find as your API fate otherwise. So some APIOps Cycles materials that you can find in the APIOps Cycles website and in the Canvas creator for APIOps Cycles. So if you're not familiar to those, just go to www.apiopscycles.com and you'll find all the materials there. But so here I have an example case of an API fate thrown with the dice. So here you can see that the APIs might look cool on the outside, but beware of the predatory dependencies. And if those APIs get approved, they might delight the consumers if the documentation is correct and they become like clear diamonds. They are very valued APIs then for your community. Now, this sounds kind of like scary at first, but some improvements that can happen. Let's throw a dice again and then let's figure out how to improve this. So here we got actually a very common result that many people and many organizations got. So the developer community or the API consumer community is quite unhappy at this moment because you are basically having an ugly but practical set of APIs. You have some holes in your governance, but with good teamwork and collaborating with the API consumers, you can actually make them much happier. And this is some of the stuff that we are actually exploring in the APIOps cycles. So if you're looking at the map here, in the previous one, we talked about documentation, making the consumers happy. Now we're talking about governance and teamwork and collaboration with consumers. And you may see here, if I get the camera on focus, that in the metro map of the API cycles, we have actually areas like API consumer experience, API design, API publishing. We have API product thinking there, API product strategy. So all of these things are related to the improvements and the governance. And you can start where the pain is the biggest. So if you have, for example, this governance is a full of holes situation, maybe before you tackle any of these specific metro lines, you might go to the governance area and start looking at your operating model. All the stations in this metro line are described on the website, what they are, what's the exit and entry criteria to enter those stations, and how do you operate in them? What are some of the resources and checklists and canvases and things like that that you can use? Now, if you are looking for collaborative way with your stakeholders, even with your API consumers and all the devs and architects and everybody to work on your APIs, even with people who do not actually know about APIs, you will find that there are some canvases. Like here now I have the French canvas and one of the canvases in French and one of the canvases in German here. As you can see, we have many localizations. Right now we have English, French, German, Brazilian version of Portuguese, and Finnish, because obviously we developed this originally in Finland. And you can see that we have quite a lot of users or people interested in the method all around the world. This map is also on the website, and more information on our partners and companies and individuals who are using this method or supporting this method. And so I urge you to take a look and get your API fate kind of fixed in the more positive way.